Hello class, this is Mr. Rivera again with a little lesson for your Unit 4. We already finishing the midpoint theorem this week, and in order for us to do some quizzes this week, the whole Unit 4 was about congruency and similarity of the triangles, topics that you probably saw a lot in your state testing. Okay, now this is going to be the third time that we're going to be working with the midpoint theorem, and remember that what the midpoint theorem establishes is that, for example, if M is the midpoint of JK, okay, and N is the midpoint of JL, find the value of X. Okay, seems like we're missing a letter here. Let me add it. Okay, and what the midpoint tells you is that in order for us to find the value of X, we need to remember that the mid segment, the little segment in the middle, okay, the one that is parallel to this one, and it's kind of like cutting things across your triangle, creating two triangles. When you have that segment, for example, segment MN is going to be the big segment KL divided by 2. Okay, again, don't forget to add the K in the corner because we're missing that letter. Okay, and when you have a number that, for example, let's see that this is 40, right? That means that this guy is going to be 80 because it's going to be double the size. Now, you need to apply the same thing to your equations. Okay, so in order for us to do that, I'm going to substitute the Mn for this equation given here of 2x plus 7 equals 7x minus 16. Okay, alright, make sure you guys write that down. I'm going to go slow in order for us to follow the video and do the lesson. And again, I forgot to divide it by 2. Okay. Alright, so I'm just using, instead of using my values and using my equation, I'm just going to apply the midpoint theorem on that. Okay, or the mid segment theorem. Okay? Midpoint segment or the mid segment. And I forgot to add that. And Mn is the mid segment theorem. Okay? Just want to clarify that. Now, let's solve the equation. I'm not going to do anything with this equation yet. It's going to be 2x plus 7 equals, all these we have to divide it by 2. If you divide 7 halves, it's just like saying 7 divided by 2. You can write 7 half in here, but it's a lot easier. You just go ahead and divide the 7 by 2. That's going to give you 3.5x. Okay, 3.5x, and then minus 16 divided by 2 is going to be minus 8. Again, this equation, just like we were doing at the beginning of the week by dividing the big number by 2 in order for us to find this dimension right here, you have to divide it by 2. Okay, but it's a lot easier if you guys change it to decimal. Now, I can go ahead. I just need to find a way to try to keep my X positive the best I can. So when I'm trying to keep my X positive, I always try to subtract the lowest X from the 2. But I'm not going to do that first. I'm going to get rid of the number first here, plus 8 and plus 8, because we need to solve for X. Minus 8 plus 8 is going to cancel right here, but on the left we're going to have 2x. 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay, and that's going to be equals to 3.5x. Okay, let me stop right here for you guys to take a little break and take some notes. Okay, now what I need to do is, well, I need only one x, so now I can take away my little x from my big X. In both sides. Okay, in order for me to cancel this x here, I already canceled this with here. So we got 15 equals, okay, and then we will have 3.5 minus 2. We only going to have 1.5 left, x. 3.5 is positive, okay, 3.5 is positive, so I'm going to have to take away 2, okay, so it's 3.5 minus 2 is going to be 1.5x, and because the 3.5 is positive, my 1.5 is going to be positive. Now let's finish this by dividing all this by 1.5 in both sides, okay, in order for me to find the value of x. We're not dividing 15 by 15, so just be careful. Now, because it's a decimal, if you prefer to just do that calculation in your calculator, that's fine. Okay, so I can go ahead and divide 15 by 1.5. Okay, and that's just going to be 10. Okay, and that's the value that I need for the value of x. Now, if I want to just confirm, what I just did, let's see what I get here. I'm going to use my 10. So I got 2 times 10 plus 7. Okay, that's going to be 27. Okay, and we're looking here to get double that, right? So we got 7 times 10 minus 16. Okay, and that's going to be 70 minus 16 is going to be 54. Okay, so this is something that we can double check, because at the end of the day what we're looking for is that the mixed segment is going to be half the bigger segment. Okay, 27 is half 54. Okay, alright, so that's just problem number 1. Make sure you guys write some notes on that for me. Okay, I will let you write it down before. And again, if you need the teacher to replay this video, tell your teacher to replay this video, okay, in order for us to follow up every step that I just did. Okay, now, so that's just problem number 1. Take some notes, and I'm going to continue with the second problem in just a second. Okay. Alright, on this one, it's the same idea. I just need to fix this problem right here. It should be a C, right? We will have a C here. Okay, it's upside down, but the idea is going to be the same. DE, the little segment, okay, is going to be half the big segment AB. Okay, it's the same idea. Okay, even the triangle is upside down. This is DE is the mixed segment of the whole big triangle. Okay, now I can go ahead and substitute my equations. I have 3x minus 4 representing my equations here on my big side, 9x minus 59, okay, divided by 2, okay, so we got all that, okay, make sure you write it down. Okay, and again we get 3x minus 4 equals 4.5x when you divide 9 by 2. Okay, and then if you divide 59 by 2, you're going to have 29.5. 29.5. Okay, same idea as what we did before. Okay, make sure you write it down. Again, we're dividing the big side by 2. we have an equation representing the big side, so we have to divide the big equation by 2. Okay? Now, let's see what I will do first. I'm going to get rid of this big number right here, plus 29.5, plus 29.5 on both sides. Okay? You can go either way. You can cancel one or the other. It's just like, I'm just trying to avoid to get a negative solution. Okay? This is going to cancel. So we're going to have 3x. And then minus 4 plus 29 is just going to be 25.5, because we just need to take away the 4, equals 4.5x. Okay? Alright? Make sure you write it down. Okay, now I will take away the 3x on both sides. This is going to cancel, so I'm going to have 25.5, and then we got 4.5 minus 3 again, and that's going to be 1.5x. Okay? Okay, last step. All that, because 1.5x, something, a coefficient with a variable is a multiplication, so we have to undo it with the division. Okay? We got 25.5 and after all that division, you can use a calculator. I don't mind, we got 17. Okay? Alright, so the problem is asking you just to find the value of x. I found the side. Okay, I found the side on the other problem, just to give you an example that this side is going to be half the big side, okay? But the problem is just asking you to solve for your x value, and that's what I got, okay? Alright. Okay, so that's problem 1 and 2. Okay, you guys can tell my ESP, Mr. Holton, to refresh the video if you guys want the instruction to be repeated. Okay, I will keep it on just for you guys to take some notes. Okay, and now you guys should be working with problem number 3, number 4, number 5, okay, number 6, okay, and number 7 is slightly different. Okay, number 7 is, it doesn't have a number, but keep in mind that, let me see what else we have, that now they're using, it says if DE, EF, and DF are mid segment of ABC, what is the perimeter of ABC? They're asking you about the perimeter of the whole thing. Now, when you have something like this and they're using the mixed segments, you know that they're cutting things in half right here. They're cutting things in half. Okay? They're cutting things in half, guys. Okay, so in order for you to start this problem, I'm just going to go, well, I know that DE is going to be half the big side, okay, divided by 2. Okay, DE is going to be the big side divided by 2. I need the measure of the big one. Okay, so now I just need to solve for AC. So instead of dividing by 2, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to go into the opposite direction now. I divide 2 by 2. So my big side is going to be twice the little one. Okay, so you know that you have 23 here, 2 times 23 for AC. So you know that it's going to be 46. Okay? Alright, so remember that the big side is double the little side, and the little side, based on the mixed segment theorem equations, tell you, well, this little side is half the big one. You don't have the big one now, but you can say, well, if this guy is already 23, that means that this all big side is going to be double this side. So AF is 46. Okay? Make sure you write these notes. Okay? And now the only thing that I'm going to do here is that, well, if this is 46, that means that this F is the midpoint of AC, so that means that this is going to be 23, and this is going to be 23. Okay? Because remember that the big side, it's the big side, okay? Sorry, the little side, the E, is the big side divided by 2. Okay, so we have 46 first, we divide by 2, and we got 23. But now, we went into the opposite direction and multiply by 2 in order for me to find the bigger side. Now, because all these midpoints here, okay, all these mediums here, everything is cut in half. So what we have here is a bunch of congruent triangles inside the other, inside the big one. Okay, so now, just by looking at the dimension that I have on the first triangle, I can say, well, I got 17, 23, and 15, right? So now, on this triangle, I already have 17, I already have 23, so I'm just missing 15 right here. Okay? In this triangle, again, I have these three values, 23, 17, 15. Now I have on this triangle here, that is congruent to this one, we got 15, 23, so the only side I'm missing is 17. Okay? 17 right there. Alright? Okay. Because if you move this sideways, we can say, well, if we take a look at this triangle sideways, DF, this mixed segment here is going to be double this big side on the back. So that means that this guy is also going to be 17. Okay? Okay, if we take a look at the mixed segment DE, right here sideways, we know that the other side that is parallel to the F is going to be double the side. Okay? So that's why this is going to be 17. And now, if we look at this triangle sideways, again, the other side, if we use the mixed segment EF right here, that is 15, this bigger segment that goes parallel to it is going to be double this side, so we got 15 here and 15 here. Okay? Alright, I will let you write that down. Okay? Take the notes for that. And again, if you need to repeat the video, just repeat it. So now they're asking me, what is the perimeter? If you guys remember what perimeter is, the perimeter of ABC is going to be the sum of all the sides, right? This is ABC. Okay? So we're looking at the perimeter of the bigger triangle, the one outside. So we have to find AB, side AB, plus side BC, plus side AC. Again, we're only finding the perimeter of the big triangle outside. This one outside. Okay, we're not finding the perimeter of the whole figure, adding whatever is inside. No, they're asking me about what is the perimeter of the triangle outside. Okay? So AB, side AB is 15 plus 15. Okay? Side BC, it's 17 plus 17. And AC, that was the first side that we found, it was 23 plus 23. Okay, the only reason I'm rewriting this as the sum of the two pieces is because I want you to see that AB is composed of segment AD and DB, side BC is composed of BE and EC, and AC is composed of side AF and FC. Okay, now I just need to add all this, 30, okay, 34, and 46. Okay, and I just need to add all the signs together. Okay, and we got 30 plus 34, 64. 64 plus 46 is going to be 110. Okay, so the whole perimeter of the whole triangle ABC is going to be 110. Okay. All right, not big equation here, just numbers. Just play around with the congruency of the figure and the mid-segment theorem in order for you guys to find all the missing sides, and then you add whatever you need at the end in order for you to find the perimeter of the whole thing. Okay, now you can do a few more problems that I add for you. Similar problems, different numbers. Okay, so I hope you guys use the example that I just did in order for you guys to solve all the problems. This is going to be 10 points. Make sure you do it. Make sure you review the video. Okay, and make sure you show it to your to Mrs. Holton, so for her to take a picture and send it to me so you guys can get a grade. Okay, I will see you guys later. This was Mr. Rivera with the lesson for today. Bye.